So here's two different styles of making this spey cast, and the swing started at exactly the same time, and you can see that the one on the right is way in front of the one on the left. However, if you look at the finish here, look, everything's pretty much exactly the same. So I'm going to pause there and go back. I'm going to show you. I'll just go back here, because it's two different styles of spey casting, and we're doing a single spey. Two different styles. So on the left we've got the kind of torpedo style, the much flatter trajectory of the rod, and on the right we've got the classic circling up technique. Now the circling up technique is when the rod has to be stopped behind you, so you have to wait for the D-loop to form. So if we just look at that one just a wee minute, I'll just run it forward a wee bit. Oh, I'll just go a wee bit slower than that actually. Get it back to the right place. So there's the lift, and you can see a lot of energy in the rod there. The rod's moving fairly quickly. It's moving up at a sharp angle here. We'll get a line on it. You can see that the rod's moving up at that sharp angle. And the important thing here is to look at the line as it's developing behind the rod. Look, there's that D-loop developing. Look, you can see it's developing. That's how the rod has to be static at that point. It has to be static for the D-loop to develop if you're using that particular technique. However, on the one on the left, if we look closely at it, you'll see that's a much longer, flatter trajectory that the rod's moving through. Look, you can see that the rod's moving through this really long, like, flat trajectory there. It's doing this and it's going to come up and over like so. When you're doing that particular technique, it means that basically you are the master of the D-loop. By the time the rod reaches this position here, because the rod is moving at exactly the same speed as the line, then you're already ready to go forward. There's no need to wait for the D-loop at all using the method on the left, whereas you must wait for the D-loop if you're using the circle up method on the right. That's the way it is. So we'll go back and we'll do both again. Really quite interesting. A lot of people just don't kind of understand it, you know. So in a minute we'll go back and we'll start it at and run it at 1/8 of the speed, and you'll see, get rid of that lines, and you'll see two very different methods of doing the spey cast, but the cadence of the swing and the timing of the swing is exactly the same, just two different techniques. Watch closely. Running at 1/8 of a speed. Look, the one on the right's way in front of the one on the left. Look, static, waiting for that D-loop to develop. The other one's not, because the D-loop is made by the long, shallow movement of the rod, and that's it. Two very different ways of making a single spey cast.